guys, thank you so much for being patient, and this is going to be a slightly informative session. I wouldn't definitely call it an information overload, but this is definitely a piece of information that you would want to understand even before you start working with Google Ads. Now, I know how Google Ads work. I know how to create a Google Ads account. Though we have not looked at it practically, we know that you just have to go to ads.google.com to create your first Google Ads account. And after that, I know what campaigns are. I know what an account structure is. We have not looked at any of these things practically yet, guys. I will show it to you after you have understood this session. And now, when you create your first campaign, what are the things that you need to keep in mind is what this session talks to you about. Most of the people ignore all these things and straight away get to action and create a campaign. But anything that's done without investing enough thought into it is bound to fail. So what you need to understand is have answers to all these questions even before you think about creating your first campaign. Because when you do that, you will be very clear about what your goals are. You will be very clear about how you want to execute it. When you work with an end goal in mind, results are much better usually. Not just in Google AdWords, but in real life as well. Alright, so I want to create my first campaign. So what are the things that I need to do? I need to identify my goals. What is my goal? Is my goal to get more sales, or do I want to get more branding? So you decide what your goals are and then you create your campaign accordingly. Decide your budget. How much do you want to spend? There is no hard and fast rule, as I've told you. You can decide how much you want to spend to start with, and based upon the results, you can either increase or decrease your spends based upon the analysis. Do a competitor analysis. This does not mean you blindly copy your competitors' ads and keywords and brand names. You cannot do that. You really have to look at what the competition is doing. When I say look at what competition is doing, let me give you an example. If you are somebody who is into e-commerce, so let me give you an example. So if I am somebody who is into e-commerce and if I want to sell shoes, when I say competitor analysis, I just go to google.com and I put in buy shoes. When I say buy shoes, I will see a couple of ads, right? Now this is an ad, right? Now carries a heavily curated selection of all kinds of sneakers, streetwears from classic, heritage and limited edition models. Shop online, sign up for a newsletter, join online, highlights, whatever. Now if you start looking at what these guys are including, I think there can be much more information that can be added. And these, only for your information, are called as ad extensions. Anything that you see in addition to the ad that you already have are called as ad extensions. So they have their physical address, contact us, about us, buy slides online. Now I kind of think that this is incomplete. Maybe I would add discount related information. Maybe I can add what kind of specific models do I have. I will also use things like latest selection, for example. Now, or maybe if I have any celebrity clients, I will mention that. Now this is kind of half-hearted. Now, that's what I mean by competitor analysis. I don't mean copy this. I just mean that see what the others are not doing and pick up what the good things they are doing and then start including them in your ads. Now, don't stick to just one thing. Also search for variations of ads. Buy shoes online. See what is coming up. Okay. Nothing is coming up. So maybe include things like best shoes online. See, these are ad extensions, so maybe you should add these extensions. Buy casual sports shoes for men. This is specifically for men, but what if women are searching? So I would change that. So look at what the competitors are doing. Pick up the good things, and if you can improvise on something, please go ahead and do that. Right now, Amazon's ad is just one line. Maybe I can add more than that. Right. Then see what the other guys are doing. So that's basically what I mean by competitor analysis, right? All right. Now decide your landing page. Now this is a classic mistake that people do. When you saw the ad for this is a good example. Buy casual and sports shoes for men, right? So when I am clicking this, where should this take me? It should take me to the men's shoes section. See, right? But a typical mistake that people do is people link the home page. Now, homepage is kind of cluttered. It has everything. You're trying to showcase everything that you have. Now, in this case, as a user, I'll be lazy to go ahead to the men's section and figure out what I want to click on. So this is where people drop off from your website. So instead, if you send them directly to the men's section, because you promised in the ad that this ad is going for men's shoes, this is more relevant because you're directly sending them to the men's section. All right. Identify your key products. Look at what products you want to sell. Have a clear account structure in mind, because a clear account structure will always help in showing your ads in better positions. Research upon keywords. This is very important. Decide upon a bid. How much do you want to spend per click? List down all your USPs. Like I said, if you have celebrity clients, include that. If you have any awards that you have won, include that. Don't keep your ads bland. Write good ads, but don't copy. Very, very, very important. And by the way, Google penalizes you if you start copying ads, because your ads will not perform better if they are a mirror image of somebody else's ads. Add ad extensions like the other pieces of information that I've showed you. Identify areas where you could lose money. Look what keywords you don't want to show your ads for. For example, if you don't have kid shoes, you should make sure your ads don't show for kid shoes. How do you do that? I'll show that to you as we move forward. Focus on tracking. If you're not tracking your results, you don't know where your money is gone, right? If you're getting clicks, but if you're not getting sales, you need to have enough tracking information as to where things are going wrong. Is your location and language settings right? You want to target in Dubai, but you did not pay attention to the location targeting, but you're targeting people in the US. That's wrong. What other networks would work? So along with search, do you think YouTube also would work? Do you think display also would work? So consider other networks. One mistake that people do is they often restrict to search and they ignore the other campaign networks. All right, does device specificity matter? For example, if you're talking about an app, I think it makes more sense to invest more on mobile devices and not invest as much on, let's say, desktops. So does device specificity mean anything for your business? If it does, then increase your bids on device and reduce your bids on desktops. So these are some of the things that you can use, and I'll also send you this checklist as a part of the course material. These things should be kept in mind even before you create your first campaign. So the next session we would be talking about will include how do ads look in real time across different networks, and how do we go ahead and create our first campaign. Yay, we are going to create our first campaign in the next session. I don't know about you, but I'm really excited for you. Thank you so much for being patient, and thank you so much for being a part of Titans University. My name is Casey, signing off. Thank you guys.